Hey guys, it's Troy with another pen mail video, and this is sort of pen mail, sort of not. I'll let you be the judge. For those of you who have followed my channel for any length of time, you know that I kind of tend to like Watermans. Matter of fact, my Waterman pen of the day, Waterman Commando, got two of these things. That just happens to be my pen of the day, and I really enjoy that from like the 40s and the 50s. Well, I also like older Watermans. So, you know, I don't mind stuff that's pen related. Back here, matter of fact, right here, you'll see there is actually a Waterman car, or a die-cast model car. So I don't mind picking up things like that. So something that I picked up. AntiqueDigger.com, I've shared his website with you before. Greg had something like this. This right here is a framed print, or I think, my understanding is this thing here is one of those in-store displays for Waterman, probably something from like the 1920s or so. That's my guess. And it has been framed by somebody, mounted and framed, and it's got a nice glass frame to it. So I picked this up, which is really cool. So this has been hanging on my office wall since I got it, and I'll continue to display it. He had another one that, if you still got it, I may have to break down and get it too, just because I kind of liked it too, but I liked that one better. But, the pen that was on there was similar to this, my Waterman 12, which I also got from AntiqueDigger.com, by the way. It's one of those deals where I cringed when it started to skip and not write well. I was like, no! I can't be out of ink! No, I'm running low! So my Waterman 12 with a beautiful, incredibly flexible number 2 Waterman nib, and it is an eyedropper. So one of the things about an eyedropper is this will be fairly easy to clean out. When you're working with vintage pens, I just recently, I had a marathon cleaning session where I did like 50, 60 pens of mine. I did some for my wife as well, and for my mother-in-law, and I spent like a week just cleaning pens. And when you're doing vintage pens, it can be a little tough. When you've got lever fillers like this, they don't clean out very well. Not usually, it depends upon the brand. For instance, if you've got a pen, whether it's a piston or whether it's a lever filler, where you have a modular nib that can just screw out, you'll find that in some Pelicans, you'll find that in some Twisbys, you'll find that in Esterbrooks, Osmoroids. Those are easy to clean because all you really have to do is take the nib out, and then, let me look in here in my drawer. You use something like this, which is a blunt tip syringe, and you suck up water, and then you can just squirt it inside that pen and clean out the inside of that sack and flush it out without having to lever, pull the lever, or you do a piston, up, down, up, down. So just a little tip there for those of you who have vintage pens, especially if you've got some nice Esterbrooks. Screw the nib unit out, flush it out using one of these, and then what you can do is take a bulb syringe and stick the nib inside the tip of the bulb syringe and flush it out that way. So that's just something that I found. And another tip that I found, Robert Oster inks. Now, I like a lot of Robert Oster inks. Oster, however it's pronounced. Some of them, however, are stubborn to clean. And though I have had no problems putting them into my vintage pens with how they act and behave in my vintage pens, they can be a little more stubborn to clean out. So just keep that in mind if you've got vintage fountain pens for those. I've had a same thing with a few colors of diamine, like Presidential Blue, and there's another one that I've got up here on the shelf that is a little more stubborn, some noodlers. A lot of people don't recommend noodlers in vintage pens. Most of my vintage stuff, I've tried to keep to Waterman inks, and some others that I trust. I know that Birmingham Pens has a couple of inks that I've used, like the Allegheny Arsenal Gunpowder Black is a really good one that I've been using. As a matter of fact, right here on my desk, that's what I've got in this Esterbrook desk set. I always keep either an Esterbrook or I've got a Sheaffer desk pen that I keep on my desk at all times. And when they run out of ink, now that I've got 4 desk pens like this, I just rotate them through. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's see. So that's about it. Still on the way, though. I've got another Waterman. I have on order what looks to be a fairly nice Waterman safety pen that I'm going to look at, play with, and see if it needs to be restored. And if it does, then I'll ship it off and have it restored, I guess. Or either that, or I'll pull it apart if it's going to be easy enough for me to change out a few seals and see where that goes. But anyway, just a couple of things. The pen mail thing for that print that I wanted to show you guys because I thought it was really cool. And also just a few tips that I've run across from real life experience cleaning out vintage pens and some of the inks that I've run across. All right, that's it. Talk to you later. Bye.